host on the Joe the Bossman Show, with friend of the show. Need that Southern the Jaguars, Coach Sean Woods. How are things down on the bayou, Coach?
Hey, things getting better and better by the day, man. Better and better by the day.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Coach, I know you happy to be down at Southern, man, a great university, a great tradition, man. I know it's your first year here. This first year here, you get lay a foundation. So, for us, just talking in general, Coach, how's the program evolved in the year you've been since you got hired last April? Because I saw in the court this year there are things that you had going that I can see going forward. You're gonna have some good down there at Southern there.
Well, your first year, whenever you take over a program, the very first thing you're trying to do is change the culture, and that was the thing this year. And then now, we're really, getting guys, recruiting guys in that fits our culture. And it's going pretty good so far. We've signed about 4 guys now. We got, signed about 4 or 5 more, and I feel pretty good about the ones we got. I feel real good about the ones we got, and I feel really good about the ones that that we're in on right now. So the future looks bright. We just got to keep plugging away and get it back to where Sean Woods had it. All the other places he's been, and also to get stuff back to the heyday like it used to be also.
Yes, now, Coach, how many of the signees you have will be there in for the summertime? Because I know it's very key for you guys to get in summertime, work these guys out, get them in individual drills, get them some team drills, kind of get those guys to improve their games for the fall. So how many of the guys you've signed so far, along with your attorneys, that will be there this summertime when it all kicks off for that session this summer coming up?
We plan on all of them being here this summer. That's the key to our success. On and off the court. The workout part from the basketball standpoint. Get them used to getting used to knowing what we're doing from that standpoint. Then also, you get ahead academically too. So Southern's been great about that, and that's the reason why academics has been very an integral part of my success. Being an 11-year head coach and having a 100% graduation rate. Summer school is very key from that standpoint, and also gives us a chance to work out our guys and set the tone for the following year.
Yeah, you got those 4 hours now. I know when you was at Morehead State, you had 2 hours. There you got 4, so you can do a little bit more of team-oriented things, some individual drills, more skill development drills, because that's like you said, Coach, and the summertime is very key for players' games to grow mentally, physically, and emotionally for a guy.
Right. So it just sets the tone, and you great shape, individual workouts, and get to play. And our pickup games are legendary up there, and the pros come back from all over. Like coming over to Southern and playing. So it's pretty good.
You got that right, and you're in a fertile ground for recruiting. Baton Rouge out there far away from New Orleans, of course. You got Houston, Dallas. You can also get to Alabama and Florida from where you're at, even if we'll come up a little bit northern over there. So I feel like you're in a good spot to recruit and find talent and getting guys who want a second chance potentially, who went to a different school and they need another chance to play for you and get better at their games and grow their games. So also you can go to high school senior route, of course. So you can get your international guys if you wanted to. I think that you're in a good spot to bring in talent no matter which way you want to do it.
No doubt about it, man. And it's been great, and we're going to take advantage of all that what you said.
Yes, indeed. And if a guy going to play for you, you have to defend. I know that about you. Defense comes first. He had to defend for you. And I know that's something that you're very key on, because I've seen you grow as a coach, how you adapt offensively to whatever you have. And I feel like a guy can fit your role, guys don't play hard and defend. I know there's all kind of guys that do that in that area down there.
Well, that's the tone, man. What I mean? And I tell you what, watching the Final Four this year was like, was a beautiful brand of basketball. You had 3 of the top defensive teams in the country playing in the Final Four. And too, I'm fun to play for offensively. I just ask you to play your butt off defensively and rebound. And then, offensively, I'm going to make you that much better of a basketball player to allow you to do some things that, you wouldn't be able to do at other places.
You got that right. And, I feel like a lot of young men miss this point, Coach, that if you play hard on that end of the floor, the offense take care of itself. You can get your primary break, secondary breaks, and you can do what you want to do.
No doubt about it. Plus, we play drill drive 4 out 1 in, so, if you can dribble, pass, and shoot and make the right play, I'm going to let you do it.
You got that right. See, you want to play for a guy like this. Guys here at ATL, you hear that? You want to play for a guy like this. If you got some talent, you can do those three things. He'll play you. Come on now. A lot of guys here get the minds right. Come on, something. Get the minds right, coach. And I want to talk to you about the SWAC, coach, because I was in Birmingham for a day at the tournament, man. I saw how the conference is kind of grow itself, and your former assistant Dylan is up in Alabama A&M. They're doing. He got the full-time gig there, man. And I just feel like this conference is getting better for his coaches. Coach Peel with TSU's now with Johnny Jones at Texas Southern. So, as a league coach, how do y'all feel about how the league's growing with coaches and players? The quality is getting better and better in that league there.
Well, it is. You know that these schools now, these SWAC schools, are going outside the box. And I think Mississippi Valley kind of set the tone with me and also like guys like James Green that we weren't your typical historical SWAC guys, and we came in and had success. And I think now people are starting to, head that route now, you know what I'm saying? Because now you want to see something different. You want guys that's got a lot of experience in the game of basketball, that's been taught and been played and at the highest level, so they can bring that type of environment and that type of culture to your program.
And yeah, let's just look at the first four game. Byron's team could have really won that game. They ran the games at the end. Those kids at Fowler Dickinson kind of made a big run at them, but they could have won that game. So the conference was represented well, and I'm pretty sure had Texas Southern won, they wouldn't have to play the play-in game because they had beat some people. So I just feel like the conference is getting better, and even though you guys have to play those games for money, you guys are competing and beating guys even though you're being bought.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what Mike Davis came in and did. You know what I'm saying? I had a good run at Valley, and he came in and and had his run, and now Byron came in, and you're right. They outplayed him for 40, for 38 minutes, just didn't finish it. But it just lets you know that these schools down here ain't too bad at all. And a lot of people don't like playing us anymore.
You got that right. And, Coach, what I try to tell my fans here that when you got an HBCU school like Tennessee State and OVC, or you guys in the SWAC, the record is misleading because you have to play these schools to raise money for the university. So you're most likely liable to get beat most of the time, but this does not mean the team is that bad because you have to play on the road all the time. And I feel like people get on the SWAC like, oh, look at the records. No, it's because that's what they have to do for their schools. This will look worse than what it really is.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the most underrated situations in the world. It's just like, for instance, North Carolina would have a problem beating Kentucky at Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Duke would have a hard time beating North Carolina at North Carolina. So now, all our games on the road. It's hard to win on the road, whether it's a paying game or not. I mean, look, two hot majors. Indiana don't play Kentucky no more. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky goes to Kansas. You think they're going to expect to win? No. 9 times out of 10, Kansas is going to beat Kentucky at Kentucky. 9 times out of 10, Kentucky's going to beat Kansas at Kansas.
You got that. Right.
We would, or get in the SEC. It's hard to win on the road, you know what I'm saying, within your own conference. So you putting that, your first 10 games, and putting SWAC schools in that situation, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's not fair to judge SWAC teams and SWAC coaches because of the things that they have to do, in the pre-conference.
You got that right, and this is my thing, Coach, and that's something that I've talked about for years. I feel like if you're an automatic qualifier, like the SWAC or the MEAC, you should be forced to play in a play-in game. If you don't make it via a AQ, okay, fair game, but I hate when the SWAC or the MEAC always thrown into that play-in game at the first four.
Well, that's because of the RPI ratings. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to understand that, too. We're not the only teams that play in the playing game. You got other teams like BYU's in the playing game. Who else is in the playing game this year? So, you got some schools, other schools besides SWAC schools, that got to play in the playing game depending on your APR because you're only as good as the worst team in your league.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Saying? So, we're only going to be a one-bid league. We're never going to be a two. Like the OVC finally, with Belmont, finally got an automatic bid. Not winning the conference tournament. But that's rare. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, You always they're gonna take the top tier teams, 5 or 6 out of the Power 5 conferences, and then everybody else just trickles down, and it depends on what your conference is rated in the country, and then there you go. Unless you got some real significant wins in the regular season in those 5 games, it's kind of hard to get out of that playing game.
You get
but
that right.
Instead of you as a 16 seed, your first game is against a number 1 seed. Now you're a team that can play against somebody else in say for instance, a low high major conference or a high mid major conference, and it gives you an opportunity to get you an NCAA win. So you pick your poison. I think it's still fair. From that standpoint, you still have an opportunity to play somebody that you got an opportunity to beat. That's still an NCAA win. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you slice and dice it, you got to win under your belt in the NCAA tournament.
Get there, right? And coaches, I like SWAC coaches as well, because you all have a duty to be father figures to young black men and go to them as be young black fathers, husbands, and businessmen, because I feel like it's very important that young black men see an example of a successful black man in their coach. And how's that duty being the coach of HBCU help you to just try to make sure these kids have a good example every day as they can be successful men after they leave out of your program?
Well, here's the deal. When I'm in the SWAC or whatever, you understand what I'm saying? I don't do this unfortunate thing. I was this kid once before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I take pride in watching that kid walk across that stage with a degree. He's coming from the projects of Baltimore, Maryland, or Gary, Indiana, or, wherever. And, and somebody's going to look out for him and make sure they get that degree. And then also, our plans are used to be a pro anyway, simply because I don't want to coach nobody who doesn't have dreams and aspirations of being a pro, whether they want or not.
Exactly.
Because that means they love the game of basketball. I don't want to coach somebody who really doesn't love basketball. I want somebody who loves basketball. You can go get a degree anywhere. But I want somebody who has the same mentality as me as far as the game, because I'm going to make sure you graduate. You have no choice. You got to go to class every day the whole 9 yards. So, you get a guy that's driven like that, they just need to know how to be driven. They don't know. It's my job to tell them and teach them. So that's what I get out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
To have a 100% graduation rate and 19, 20 guys playing professional basketball right now, I think that's pretty good.
Hey, that's damn good. I'll say it for you. That's damn good. You hear me? It's damn good. That's a guy for you, Coach. That shot by Dame Dollar last night, man, with the Trailblazers. In your time coaching, Coach, you've been a part of a game where you've seen a shot in like that before, where a guy just pull up 40 feet, 30 feet, knocking out 3 in the game in your career, man.
No, but you know what, though? You know why I like Dame Dollar? Is because he's driven. He got a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And those are guys you win with. Those are guys you want to go to war with. And he's paid his dues. He's the most unheralded, unappreciated NBA All-Star now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of him, because he's been getting knocked out the first round. It took him last year, the year before, to really become an NBA All-Star. Now he's starting to get his props. And he beat a guy that's been touted for a long time, you know what I'm saying? So, it's his time, man. I'm so proud of him. I don't know what to do because, he's underrated, and I live and die with guys that, those type of guys.
And he's one of the few guys in the NBA still who works out on his own. He does not work out with other guys. He does it by himself every day. He's not being buddy in the gym with these dudes. He works out on his own to grind every day, get his game better on his own, like my man in Milwaukee does, Giannis. So those are 2 guys I know in the NBA who still have it to themselves and work out by themselves to get better every day, and keep their competitive edge going all the time.
No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why the game has changed, because there's too much buddy going on. You know what I'm saying? I can love you as a buddy, but when we on that court, we ain't buddies. I'm gonna try to bust your head. And that's the mentality that he has. He's quiet. He don't talk a lot unless you get him going. And I think Russell Westbrook found that out, these last couple of weeks.
You got that right. Hey, my man, Russell Westbrook needs to stand down. I know he said it. He told Lillard, I think it was earlier this year, he said he'd been busting his blank for years. I think he's busting yours now, Russ. So.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And and I'll tell you what, Dave Dollar got a sidekick over there that's just as good. Just ain't getting, you know what I'm saying, as many shots, but he's as efficient as anybody in the NBA right now.
Yes, C.J. McCollum can definitely ball. So I think, hey, these free agents not thinking about Portland. They may think about going to Portland. That team is a piece away. If KD leaves the Warriors, you get a piece in Portland, like AD or something like that, or Kawhi. That could be dangerous for the Western Conference and the league too.
And you're talking about two low mid-major players. You know what I'm saying, in college. They didn't go to the major school. Weaver State, you know, and that, you know what I'm saying, and what's his name went to where? Where did he go? Brand? Where did he go? Lehigh.
Yeah, Lehigh. You're right. Yeah, the Patriot League.
Yeah.
Yes,
you
indeed.
Know, so hey, they come from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? And they you know, it's good players in the SWAC. It's good players, you know, all over. You know what I'm saying?
If you can ball, they'll see you. That's what I tell young men who ask me about the game. If you can ball, they will see you. They'll find you.
That's what I tell recruits. It ain't where you at. It's what you doing.
Like, put that good tape out there, somebody will find you. And that's what it's all about, Coach.
No doubt about it.
Man, Coach Woods, it's great to have you back on the show, my man. I miss doing this with you, man. I hope to see you real soon, man. Are you playing anywhere near Georgia this year, man, or is it close to you going to be as A&M?
No, I don't think we're playing anywhere in Georgia this year, man. You know, I need you to come down over here to the mini dome. You got to come over here on the bluff, big dog. Come see me now.
Hey, man, when that Falcons Saints week, I'm going to see if you in town, man. I'm going to definitely come up there and see you, man, because I got to come town.
Yeah, there you go.
Cover the Falcons Saints, so I'm going to see what's good that week.
Come down here to Jag Nation, man. We'll treat you real good.
Yes, indeed, because I know the campus is lit, because there's some friends who went to Southern, so I know it's lit down there for sure.
and the food is awesome, so I'll feed you good, too.
Yes, indeed, no doubt. I hold you to that, Coach, no doubt, man. Hey. Have a good one, man. Talk to you real soon, Coach Woods. Good to talk to you again, my brother.
Hey, you too, man. You know it's always a pleasure.
No doubt, folks. There's Sean Woods on the Bossman Show.
My heart skips skipping the beat. You're not close enough, so that space between you and me, let's lose it. The way you're dancing, swaying to the music, girl, that body and how you move it. Every time you cross my mind, girl, I lose it.
Alexa, play the Country Heat playlist. Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
All right, folks, we're going to enjoy the Bossman Show. We're here with the new coach of Washington State Cougars, Coach Kyle Smith. Coach Smith, how are things up there in Pullman, man?
That's great. Friendliest place on earth.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, what does it mean if you lead this program up to Washington State in the Pac-12 after your success in San Francisco, come up to the Pac-12, moving up there to help those guys at Washington State get back to prominence again?
No, I'm excited about it. Just an opportunity to really try to compete at the highest level. We obviously have some work to cut out and try to get this thing on the right track. And I just think the support's here in the community and at the institutions. We have the facilities and we have the right things in place and getting the right people on board and just excited to get a crack at it.
And Coach, you've shown success in building a program, even at Columbia to San Francisco. You know how to build a program, and how are you drawing your success of those past stops to help you as you try to rebuild the Washington State brand up there?
Well, I think we'll stick with our main principles, and we really talk about being it's a character development program, and that's what we're trying to do: develop character in these young men. And basketball has to be our vehicle. And obviously we have to get talent, but I think that's going to appeal to the right type of guys. And I think I'm looking back at the people who have had success here over the years, going back to even as far back as Marv Harshman or George Raveling. And I was just actually looking through some of the George Raveling's quotes the other day, and they all kind of revolved around the same thing. It's just building a team and community, and I think it's a great place. And Kelvin Sampson, great success here doing the same thing. And then obviously the Bennetts, and that's kind of, they built their foundation. And I was kind of in the young side of my assistant coaching career and kind of watching them from afar, how they were just fearless in their determination to do the things they wanted to do, get the right kind of guys that fit their brand of basketball, and they just kept plugging away at it.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, What if it be the biggest adjustment for you now coming from the West Coast Conference to the Pac-12? I know it's a higher conference for its quality of basketball. Are you able to recruit some of the similar guys you're looking for in San Francisco? Because academics are very important in Washington State as well, like it was in San Francisco. So, what would be the biggest adjustment for you coaching in the Pac-12 there from the WCC? I know you probably saw some of those schools kind of in passing, not close as you will now.
Yeah, I think it'll be so. I think we used to bump into Washington State a little bit because they're kind of, especially when Coach Bennett's here when I was at St. Mary's. But also, I think the big lure, and I think you're going to get the guys that where the Pac-12 opportunity is too hard to pass up. And the idea of going to play in, McHale and Pauley Pavilion and just it's really the risk takers that really want to try to sit, not afraid to fail. So I think that's what we sell out there. We need some fearless guys that are willing to play the right way, but just want to test what they got, and so you will. And internationally, I think those guys. It's a great platform for. I think we're going to be pretty strong there overseas, and they've had success with your Aaron Baines, Brock Modems in the past that have embraced this opportunity and parlayed into pro careers, but also invested in the program and making it a team and have special memories, which is neat, especially when you see guys from other countries and coming together. These, all kinds of people from all walks of life. So, I think we'll have a little higher profile, a little bigger platform, and it'll be fun to see if we can do it.
And Coach, the Pac-12 is one of the best conferences academically, first and foremost, and analytically as well. When you combine those two factors, it's one of the premier conferences in America, if you ask me.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And I think that Bill Walton likes to say conference of champions, and I think champions in all walks, whether it's off the court, on the court, it does attract the best and the brightest, and to be associated with that and compete against each other, that's a pretty neat activity.
You got there right, and that's just a league, basketball league. I feel like the teams, the Pac-12 kind of didn't get this just do this past year because there's a lot of talent in the Pac-12, a lot of great coaching. The game's competitive every night because I love watching. In Atlanta here, it's late at night, but I love watching those late night Dave, Asheville, Walton games. They're very entertaining, but the basketball was great too as well.
Yeah, no, I was tuned in with you on occasion, so it was Wednesdays and Sundays and. Watch poor Dave Pash squirm around some of Bill's outlandish marks, but it's more than that. I think Oregon had great success, and just there's been a lot of different champions in the recent years, and I think it's because you have some good coaches and good pedigrees and good programs, and we want to try to get Washington State back in that conversation.
I'm hoping you all do well, and Cal, because my buddy Mark Fox from down here is out there now, so I'm hoping you two do very well over everybody else.
Yeah, sure. I like it. I like it. We're both got inherited similar situations, and it's about getting. I'm sure Mark's looking for the same situation, looking for guys with great attitude and good students for sure. We're bumping into each other on the recruiting trail because we're both in similar boats right now. So. I'm with you. I hope we both do well too.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, how's it been going? Good relationships with the players on the roster now, because that's very key when you take over a job. You're taking over those kids too. Like you're bought into them to take their job. So, how has that been in relationship with on your roster now, trying to teach them about who you are as a person and kind of learn about you and the staff you're putting together right now?
Yeah, they've done a great job. I know I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, and they're going through a transition, and there's certain guys not phased at all. And they've been great, and they want to be good. And we're just steady, like I said, character development, talking about faith, family, team, and academics. Those are what we're going to concentrate on. And I just want them to have great attitudes, work hard, and just be proud to be Cougs. I mean, I think that gets down to it, and I think they're starting to sense that. And then, unfortunately, they've got finals next week, and they'll be scattered for a while, and we'll come back in the summer and get together. But so far so good, and then we're just little minute milestones and measure our victories. Or sometimes it's just make sure everyone's getting a good lift in and doing what they're supposed to do, and just taking care of their side of the street, as you like to say, just being responsible themselves, and we think smart and responsible win.
And Coach, have you been getting on the court with the guys yet? Kind of see kind of a little bit of what you have in store so far, and has that been fun so far for you? You've been able to get on the court with the guys.
That's my favorite part of the day, is being able to work these guys out, and so that's where the other 22 hours or whatever, 23 hours a day are, stressed with phone calls, recruiting calls, but get in there, that's my comfort zone, and they've been all eyes and ears, and we're emphasizing trying to get better defensively. We have to address that before we do anything else. And we're pretty skillful. We've got some guys that make shots, and scoring the ball wasn't as big an issue, but we got to get where we can, defend people and get it off the board and start from there. I think that's where it always starts with that. And so we're locked in to, achieve what you emphasize, and so we're emphasizing those things. It's not fun in the spring to get down in a stance and try to guard people, but they've been doing it and been doing it with a good attitude.
Well, having 4 hours now to work the guys out, come up here in the summertime, really going to help to get the defensive continuity going for you guys. Because if you defend on that end of the court, you can get secondary breaks, primary breaks, and have some fun on that end of the court. Once you defend and stop, let the team frustrate those guys, and taking self-admission shots and get them all off their games there.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll get into it until we get back in the summer and get you get a lot of practice time.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I know at San Francisco you kind of play a different kind of non-conference schedule. Now, here in Washington State, you're not having to be bought per se. Now you can kind of pick and choose your schedule a little bit better now. So how you see us going about scheduling games now since you're taking over now going forward?
Well, I think it's important that our out-of-conference, we give ourselves the best chance to win. And you have 18 league games, so you have 18 high major opportunities, which can be, quad 1, quad 2, depending on how our league does. But it's really important for the Pac-12 to have a good non-conference win-loss. And we'll schedule what we need to do accordingly to put us in a position where we can help the league and help ourselves if we have a good league.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I know one thing I like to talk about with coaches when they get a new job is the food. So how's the food in Pullman been? What's some spots up there for listeners who want to explore the Pullman area in Washington State? What's she going to eat at, man?
I've been plugging one place that they're getting tired of me seeing me go in there, but it's a really I think it's pretty new. Black Cypress, Italian Greek place. Hopefully they'll comp me a meal. I've been saying a lot of interviews, but there's a handful of other places, but that's been the place that's right in downtown, and you get a real good feel for it. It's just a fun college town. I've never been in a place where so many people just rep their colleges. A lot of crimson and gray, a lot of WSU, a lot of people walking around saying "Go Cougs." So it's kind of a neat spot for us.
Have you talked to Coach Leach yet? I know he's an interesting guy to talk to. We had him on the show once before, and it was very interesting to talk to Coach Leach. How has he been? Maybe you talked to him so far.
No, he's kind of an elusive guy around here. He kind of floats like he's in and out. He's kind of a late night owl, but my conversations have been interesting to say the least. But I respect what he's done, and we'll try to model what they're doing. But I think same idea. He has a certain way of doing things, and we do as well, and I think that's where we're really supported from the administration and the community. They know it's gonna, you got to be a little different up here, the way you recruit and the way you coach, and I'll study them pretty hard. They're doing a great job.
Indeed, well, Coach Smith will definitely be cheering for you guys out there, man. Got the best luck to see you on the recruiting trail. Hope you and Mark know someone you told too much on that trail out there, man. But best luck to talk to you real soon, Coach. Thank you again for doing the show once more, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, folks, it's Kyle Smith here on the Bossman Show.
Till the tears run down from my eyes, Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love.
Alexa, play hits from Queen.
Okay.
Somebody to love.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
All right, folks, here on the Joe the Bossman Show with new coach, Southern Miss Golden Eagles. He's the alma mater, Coach Jay Ladner. Coach Ladner, I know you're happy to be back in Hattiesburg. Coach, I know you're enjoying that.
JR, when I say this, and I say this with the greatest humility, it is a rare thing in our profession. First of all, there's only 352 Division I jobs. and to have the opportunity to go back not only to your alma mater and where you played, but also to your home city. I'm originally from Hattiesburg as well, and I played at Southern Miss 84 through 88. So to go back to your hometown, to your alma mater, is just a really, really special thing, and I feel truly blessed. I really, really do, and not only blessed, so excited about getting started and making Golden Eagle basketball, or doing what I can to make it Golden Eagle basketball relevant nationally again. And I want to be the first to compliment Coach Doc Sadler, and as your people may know, Doc resigned a couple of weeks ago to go back with one of his former bosses, Fred Hoiberg, to Nebraska. And, Doc inherited a situation there that had was fighting some NCAA sanctions there. And they were, in some NCAA scholarship reductions. And so it was a tough job there for a little bit. And I thought that Doc did a great job of mitigating those scholarship reductions and NCAA sanctions and so forth, and kind of keeping the head above water. So I'm very appreciative of Doc Sadler for the great job that he did during that time, despite some adverse conditions. And we're looking forward to kind of getting started and hopefully take that thing back to the next level.
And yes, D, Coach, and you're a passion for your university. I can hear it in your voice right now, and I know you do a great job. And you have shown success up these seasons in Louisiana of growing a program. And so I know you can build this program up at Conference USA, because I've seen what you did down at your previous place, and I know you can get players to come out and play for you, because Conference USA is a good place for guys who want a second chance or a high major that wasn't the right fit for them to come play in this Conference USA. Still playing a great conference against great competition, still get seen, because Conference USA is a strong league, a very, very strong league. I feel it gets overlooked a little bit. Jeff Jones does a great job. So does Rick Stansberry. We got McDevitt's going to get the MTSU going as well. You got Grant McCallison out there in North Texas. I feel like there's a lot of great coaches in that league, and they're going to get this league really going real soon here, Coach.
Well, I certainly agree. And one of the things that maybe most people don't realize, but is a great plus for me in this particular position, is the fact that southeastern Louisiana, or Hammond, Louisiana, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi are only about an hour and 45 minutes apart. And what that means to us is we've cultivated the exact same ground recruiting that Southern Miss recruited. So now, we weren't always able to get at southeastern Louisiana. We weren't always able to get the higher level player, but a lot of times we did. For instance, we were able to dip into Mississippi and get Ty Brewer, who was a one-time UConn commit, actually out of Mississippi. I had coached high school basketball and junior college basketball in Mississippi my entire career prior to coming to southeastern Louisiana. So we still already had a really, really strong base of contacts and relationships there. And due to the location and proximity of where we're located at southeastern Louisiana to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, again, we were recruiting, or certainly aware of the same, many of the same players. So it's almost like that we haven't. It's not like I had to go to the Midwest and establish a bunch of new contacts there, or far west or the Northeast. We're actually recruiting the exact same guys that we're recruiting there. So our relationships are already strong. That shortens our curve, our learning curve, so to speak, there in a big way. And we've been able to already hit the ground running in terms of recruiting. And our familiarity, people are familiar with us, we're familiar with them, and that's just going to mean such a big difference. You mentioned Conference USA in terms of level. And certainly the names that you mentioned, and those are good basketball schools. Western Kentucky's a good basketball school. Old Dominion's a good basketball school. Certainly Grant has made a quick turnaround at North Texas. Middle Tennessee's always been a good basketball school. Had a little bit of slight dip, but they have lost so much when Coach Davis left to go from Middle to Ole Miss, and they're going to be back. It's a great league. It's a great challenge. And we're excited about tackling that challenge. And we want you, JR, to mention in a year or two, to mention Southern Miss basketball as one of those schools that are at the top of Conference USA and fighting for conference championship and the right to go to the NCAA tournament. I'm just excited. As you mentioned, passionate about it. I'm passionate about coaching anyway, but there's a little bit of extra motivation in the fact that it's your hometown and home school. I could talk about it all night. I know we got a short amount of time. I'm probably answering it way longer than you wanted me to, but I'm
no, Coach, you're great, man. You are great, Coach. Hey, Coach, look here. I have flexible breaks. You can go long as you want to, Coach. I have flex breaks.
I got you. I love it.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, like I said, I wish you had a school in Georgia, but y'all right in my backyard. UAB, Charlotte up the road, Middle Tennessee up the road, West Kentucky, if I want to go that far, past Nashville. And I see you have a good footprint in Florida as well. So the footprint of the league is a very wide base, which gives you also room to recruit in them states as well, because the league plays in those states as well, like I just mentioned.
Yes, certainly, and you know, one of the things that we had done at Southeastern Louisiana, we recruited certainly Louisiana, Mississippi, you know, into Texas, up to Memphis. You know, those were areas that our coaches could easily get into their vehicles and get to in just a short amount of time. But we also had a strong recruiting base and recruited hard in Florida, certainly the Florida Panhandle, but also down in the Miami area. One of our coaches there was really strong in that area, so our roster reflected that. You know, Southern Miss has a great imprint, really has, I think, certainly across the entire Mid-South, and it's going to be, it's already. I mean, let's just face it, we can get into more living rooms, more higher level living rooms at Southern Mississippi than we could necessarily at Southeastern Louisiana. That's just the difference in the levels of certainly the two schools. So our ability, and let's face it, whether we do or not, that's going to be the measuring stick on how successful we're going to be, is how successful we're going to recruit. This year, JR, we've obviously got a late start. I was named the coach last Thursday. You know, signing day was last Wednesday. So, you know, we're behind the eight ball, so to speak. So the first thing we've actually had to do is anytime on a coaching change, you got to re-recruit your own roster. I feel like that we've gotten off to a great start with the returning players. Certainly the commits that Coach Sadler and his staff had in place, that was our next step, is to evaluate those and evaluate and assess our needs on our team, evaluate those players and establish those contacts. And I'm happy to say those they have been extremely receptive of the coaching change, and happy about that. And again, some of those players were players that we already had a strong relationship with. They maybe have committed to Southern Miss, but you know, we always had we had a strong relationship with them, familiar with them. So it certainly made things a lot easier. In fact, as soon as we hang up from this interview, I've got a visit with a young man. Obviously can't get into any particulars, but right here close to Hammond, Louisiana, but in between Hammond and Hattiesburg. So we're able to use those relationships that we've already had. We've also been able to, we want to capitalize off the imprint that the University of Southern Mississippi has across the Mid-South, and then stretch out into other areas. We're certainly comfortable recruiting in the Northeast. We have a strong base of contacts there. So I'm excited about recruiting. That's one of my favorite parts of this job, is building the relationships and meeting the people that are involved with recruiting. Some people don't like recruiting, and some coaches, head coaches particularly, to disdain it a little bit. I look at it the other way. I'm excited about recruiting, and because I know that's the lifeblood of our program, and it's the lifeblood really of any program. So the stronger we can recruit, the better players, the better types of young men. We're very particular about the type of young men that play in our program, and obviously, so we want good young men, but and good basketball players. Then that gives us a better chance of success, because I'm competitive. I think our fan base is excited about what's going on. And again, I've kind of rambled a little bit in terms of the recruiting, but we want to get back. We want to be able to reach the imprint of the University of Southern Mississippi. We want to be able to reach throughout that imprint, which is the Mid-South, and be able to have a good enough program to attract young men that want to come play basketball at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Hey, Coach Ladner, you're doing a great job. Coach, you're going down my list for me. I like that. I got my list here.
This is not our first interview, so maybe we got to know each other a little bit better.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you're hitting all my list too. I like it, Coach. I love it. Now, non-conference wise, Coach, in Conference USA. Now, you can tell me do you have to be bought a little bit in the Conference USA, or can you actually just play with who you want to play?
Yes, you have great insight. In fact, we're in the, unfortunately, we're right there now where we are having to be bought a little bit. It depends on what we're able to generate, but 2 or 3 guarantee games, nothing just over the top. And I would say that may have been a little bit of the attractiveness that I had as a candidate. I was used to being at a school where we were, our financial situation required us to be, to play a number of guarantee games, but certainly more than 2 or 3. So. That's no big deal to me. I told our athletic director, you tell me what we've got to bring in. We're going to welcome it with open arms and turn it into a positive. One of the things, reverting back to my time at Southeastern Louisiana, that's just the way it was at that level. You were going to have to play, a number of guarantee games, and we had been all over the country. We've been to Cal and Gonzaga and Texas A&M and Texas Tech last year, TCU, Florida State, Virginia, Georgia Tech, Cincinnati. I mean, I could go on and on of all the LSU outstanding teams that we had played. But I turned around and used that, JR, in recruiting and said, we're going to play this kind of schedule every year, one of the most attractive non-conference schedules in the country. You're going to get to go places that most kids are never going, whereas other people are sitting at home and padding their schedule with non-D1s and this kind of – we're going to play this type of schedule. And I want the young men that want to go do that want that challenge. And I'll be honest with you, I found in recruiting that kids like that. They wanted to go play those type teams. And we wanted players to recruit players that wanted to play that kind of big-time schedule. We're going to do the same thing at Southern Miss. Fortunately, we won't have to do it as much because generally it makes it very difficult to be successful when you do that. But we welcome that with open arms, and we are, in fact, putting our schedule together as we speak. That's something that we've gotten a late start on as well there because of the timing of the job. But we're going to play it. We'll play a big-time non-conference schedule at the University of Southern Mississippi, and hope we can get ourselves to the point where we're generating income. Maybe certainly our goal would be to get an NCAA tournament, get some of that tournament money in here, and therefore maybe instead of having to go play guarantee games, we're able to play a stronger home-and-home schedule against some very attractive opponents in the non-conference. But certainly for the time being, to answer your question, yes, we're going to have to play a few money games each year to help make our financial obligations meet.
Well, Coach, I hope their Coach Lanier and Amir and Josh will play you home and home here. Get you to the ATL, Coach. I could take you out a little bit. Get some nice food in here in Atlanta.
Certainly when I was at Southeastern Louisiana, we played Georgia Tech. Now, Coach Passner wasn't there at that time, but anyway, that's not a. Atlanta's going to be that's an attractive game for us if eventually we can work that out because of our proximity of Hattiesburg to there. You're talking about 4.5, 5 hours. That's an easy ride down Highway 59. And Atlanta we have a strong alumni base in Atlanta. Atlanta plays great basketball at the high school level, so that's going to be an area that we will recruit much harder, and that's kind of going back to the previous question you had for me, JR, that we will recruit Atlanta much harder. That will become part of our what we would consider our home recruiting base, and Atlanta is going to play a big part of that. So us being able to play at Georgia Tech and certainly maybe even at Georgia State in the future, will be important to us in terms of our exposure there. So that's something that we would certainly consider.
Coach, everyone tell your dad happy birthday. Don't have a birthday you had today. Happy birthday to your dad. And, Coach, I'm just so happy for you because I know you're my alma mater. I know how proudful it was for you. So I hear it in your voice, and I want you to do well because Southern Miss deserves it to do well. I know you keep that train rolling, Coach, and I look forward to seeing you in Atlanta. I'm going to text you with my number again so you have my number. So when you're in town, you got to let me know. We'll definitely meet up. I love Coach come town.
You've been very good to me. I've never had the chance to formally meet you, but you're always so upbeat. I can tell you got a smile on your face. I feel like I'm the same way. So I think you and I would hit it off about as well as we do on the phone. We're going to even hit it off better, and we go have some fun too. I can promise you that.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Look forward to it, Coach. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really do. Thank you for your comments, Coach, and I do, man. I'm smiling right now. This is great for me. I love this job I have. I love it.
Well, I'm the same way. I don't have a job. I get to go to do what I want to do every single day. JR, it sounds like you do too. You're passionate about what you do. I'm honored to be on your show. Please let me know if I can ever, if you ever need me on again. I'm just a phone call away.
Coach, we'll have you on a lot of times, Coach. I love talking to you.
Sir.
Great conversation, Coach. Hey, Coach, have a great evening. Hope you get that recruit and get them in there. Something to miss, Coach. Have a great one, man.
We're going to go give it heck here in just a little bit. Thank you, JR.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
All right, folks, we're here at the Bossman Show. We're here with the new coach, the Tennessee Tech up in Cookville, Tennessee, out of the OVC, John Pelphrey. Coach Pelphrey, how are things up there in Cookville, man?
Everything is going great here in Cookville. We're really enjoying our new home and getting to know the players and the community. Certainly there's a lot of work to do, putting together a staff and those types of things, but we've already started trying to build something.
Yes, indeed. What does it mean to you to come to Cookville, lead Tennessee Tech, a school that has had great tradition in the past with basketball? Steve Payne did a great job. All the years he was there. I remember when I was younger, I was a ball boy overseas tournament when they was down at the Municipal Auditorium. I remember seeing them play well then, so I know they have great tradition in Tennessee Tech. So how does it feel to lead this program going forward?
Well, we're very excited to have this opportunity, and certainly we have a tremendous respect, for the past and all the coaches. Certainly Steve Payne put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this place, and everybody's respectful of that. So for us, we're humbled by the opportunity. We're excited about, the chance to come in here and to learn, lead, and compete in college basketball. And this is a really neat place. There's a lot of things that we have here that show commitment and support by Mark Wilson, our athletic director, Dr. Phil Odom, our president. And it's a time where the OVC is kind of at an all-time high. You've got two giants in Murray and Belmont who are there year in, year out. Austin Peay and Jacksonville State are certainly putting back-to-back seasons together of showing improvement and being really competitive. And I think that the leadership here, the community in Cookville, they want to try to be a part of that. And certainly there's great challenges right now in the OVC. And we had two teams get in the NCAA tournament. One was an at-large. They have 3 NCAA tournament wins. And there's a real good chance we'll have a lottery pick coming out of our league. So just a lot of really good competition. And that's something I think everybody likes to be a part of.
Yes, Nita, obviously he's getting better. Like I said, even the teams who struggle, Coach. I know it was last year. The games was talking to Coach Figger and Coach Harper and Coach Bird and Coach McMahon last year. They was somehow even the teams about the bottom of the league give you a hard out every night. So from 1 through 12, it's a hard game whether they're home or away. They're going to break it every night in OVC.
Well, there's no question about it. I think that everybody, is trying to get the best players, the best coaches. Just really build good programs in the Ohio Valley Conference, and what we're talking about right now is basketball. But there's a lot of other good sports and a lot of other talented coaches, student athletes, and so it's just a really fun time to be a part of this league, and for us particularly to be a part of Tennessee Tech.
And, Coach, you've had success building in South Alabama and Arkansas, and I feel like you have a great mind for building a program because you've been assisted in great programs, too, where you help those programs be successful. So in a school of Tennessee Tech, you have to build it out and build stability. I feel like you can do a great job of it because of your experience and you've had in your previous stops.
Yeah, I think, for me, I think I'm in a completely different place than I was with I had a couple of other opportunities to be in leadership. And, I think obviously there's a lot of people out there that are really talented coaches who can recruit, who can fall in love with the logo. And certainly I was one of those guys. But I think for me right now, what I want to be better at and take on all challenges is in terms of leadership. And, can we put this thing together where it benefits the student athlete, the program, this university, and the community? And I think that's kind of the thing that I'm excited about, to be given this opportunity by Mark Wilson, Dr. Odom, to be in this type of leadership and to, because it's not about me. This will never be about me. It'll be about the players. It'll be about our coaching staff. It'll be about this program. It'll be about this university, and it'll be about this town. And I will be the guy that will be held accountable. And what I want to do is set healthy guidelines and boundaries, and whether it's for players or coaches or being a part of this community, and then hold everybody accountable. Be able to set the expectations clearly and consistently. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be, better than maybe I have been in the past. I think my best days as a leader are ahead of me, and hopefully, I know that's my job, is to, earn everybody's trust and respect, especially when you come through the door and you're basically now having a chance to lead young men that you didn't recruit. You're having a chance to be a part of faculty and staff that, doesn't really know you. So it's my job to come in here and earn everybody's trust and respect, and I want them to know that I'm going to work extremely hard to do that.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, also being in Cookeville, you're in a great spot right in between Nashville and Knoxville. You have easy access to go up I-65, you can go 75 to recruit up and down, or go 40 west of Memphis that way. So I feel like you're in a great spot for talent where your staff can really just drive and find players, whether it be down even Charlotte, even that area. Or you can find players all around this radius of the Nashville, Cookeville, metropolitan area, and you can get guys come there who wants to have a second chance, who may be a transfer or a JUCO guy or an international guy or even a high school senior.
I think we are geographically located in a very good spot. And I think for me, this is I love this. I think these people, I identify with everybody here, and just in terms of being kind, very welcoming, generous. There are a lot of places, like you said, from a recruiting standpoint, that it's very easily to get to. I'm excited about being close to home. It's been I've been outside the state now longer than I have when I lived in it. So for me to be geographically closer to home in Kentucky, and my brother's only about an hour and a half away. My parents are a little more than that, but it's going to be exciting to have a chance to go back and play, in the state of Kentucky, and see family and friends, and have them come out and support us. And but we do live in a place that we feel like is going to be very comfortable for us, very comfortable for our student athletes, a place that we can call home.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, you kind of touched on it a little bit in your previous answer about getting to know the guys that you didn't recruit, kind of getting building a relationship with those young men. So how's that been going so far? And have you been able to get on the court with the guys a little bit before that final start here real soon to kind of see what you have evaluation-wise, where you develop that plan for the summer to get these guys better for you come to fall time?
Yeah, I think for a student athlete, I completely understand how that feels. Recruited by one coach, and then somebody else comes in. I know what that felt like. Coach Sutton brought me to college basketball as a player, as a student athlete, and then he left. Coach Patino came in. What's the new guy thinking? Do you have plans for me? Do I fit this? Is he going to take the time to get to know me? So for me, from day one, it's been about trying to earn the trust and respect of the guys in the program, and we're starting to develop some relationships. We've done that through phone calls and text messages. We've done that through individual one-on-one meetings, and obviously being on the court with those guys for a few workouts is another way to spend time, grow a relationship. They have been really hardworking. It's a very attentive group of guys. A lot of the young players got a tremendous amount of experience, last year. And I think, the workouts and all these types of interactions that we've been able to have has provided me with an opportunity, obviously, to first and foremost to learn about them, what their hopes and dreams are, but also to kind of let them know what we value, what's important to us. And one of the big things that I've tried to share with these guys is that I really believe that mindset matters. And, talent will let you down. Invariably, the best players are the guys that work the hardest. So we're going to talk a lot about mindset, and obviously, too, we're going to talk a lot about being process-oriented every single day, doing my job, knowing what my job is and why it's important to do it a certain way, do it to completion, obviously giving great effort with mental and physical toughness, and then keeping a great attitude, because you control that every single day, and an attitude of which where I'm always looking to take care of my teammates and take care of Tennessee Tech. If we can do that, that'll keep us process-oriented. The problem is the world is very, very results-oriented, and when you don't get the results you want, the first thing that happens is, frustration. So I think for me right now, getting to know these guys, developing trust and respect for them to have that trust in me, and then obviously sharing with them what I value and what we feel is going to be important, what's going to help us be our competitive advantage.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.